I truly believed my marriage was flawless. Melanie and I had shared a decade together. 8 of those years as husband and wife. Her story began in high school. The kind of romance people pointed to and said was destiny. We grew up side by side, built a home, planned a future, and chased the same hopes. From the outside, everything looked solid. Yet in recent months, an uneasy shift crept in. Something intangible but unmistakable settled between us. The warmth faded, replaced by emotional distance I couldn't explain. Melanie began staying late at work with increasing frequency. Her phone was never left unattended and was always turned screen down. She behaved cautiously, guarded in a way she never had before. I tried to address it gently. I asked whether she was overwhelmed, whether work pressure was wearing her down. Each time, she gave me that familiar, rehearsed smile and brushed it off, telling me there was nothing to worry about. She said it was just part of the job. But my instincts refused to quiet. Small details didn't line up. She mentioned evenings, out with friends who later had no memory of those plans. She traveled for work to places where her company had no presence at all. Every excuse sounded reasonable on its own. But together, they formed a pattern I couldn't ignore. The day everything elapsed began like any other ordinary morning. I was working from home when a delivery arrived. It was a refined, tasteful box with Melanie's name on it. There was no special occasion, no celebration scheduled. Curiosity won. I knew opening it crossed a line. Yet I did it anyway. Inside lay a fine silver chain with a small infinity symbol hanging from it. Beneath the necklace sat a receipt and a handwritten note. The message read, "For my forever. I can't wait until we're together again. With all my love, Alex." The name hit me hard. Alex was her new supervisor, the man she spoke about often, the one she described as inspiring and supportive. The mentor. My hands trembled as reality settled in. I searched the jeweler online and discovered the purchase came from a shop located near a hotel where Melanie claimed to have attended a conference weeks earlier. Every suspicious detail suddenly aligned. The late nights, the unexplained travel, the emotional distance. All of it snapped into focus in the worst possible way. Anger surged through me, followed by heartbreak so deep it left me empty. I wanted to shout, to smash something, to confront her the instant she stepped through the door. Instead, a chilling clarity took over. I didn't want an outburst. I wanted the truth spoken directly. Without warning, I placed everything back exactly as I found it, sealed the box, and left it on the kitchen counter. When Melanie arrived home that evening, her eyes went straight to the package. "Oh, what's this?" she asked, sounding almost indifferent. I shrugged. "Something arrived for you today." She opened it, and I studied her face, waiting for fear or guilt to surface. Nothing appeared. She lifted the necklace, smiling as if genuinely surprised. "It's gorgeous," she said, turning toward me. "Did you buy this for me?" "Jared, it's not our anniversary. You aren't being sneaky." The casual confidence of the lie froze my blood. "I didn't get it for you," I replied evenly. For a split second, her expression slipped. Then she recovered smoothly. "Oh then, it must be from my team. They sometimes surprise people after successful projects. That's really thoughtful of them." She didn't miss a beat. For the next hour, I played my part. I listened as she talked about work achievements. I watched her fasten the necklace around her neck, the very symbol of her deception, and admire herself in the mirror. She moved through the kitchen comfortably, chatting about her day as though nothing was wrong. She was convincing, effortless. It felt like witnessing a flawless performance. We sat down to eat. The air between us was thick with everything I knew, and everything she was concealing. She filled the silence with office gossip and trivial stories. I barely touched my food, my thoughts racing. I understood then that a marriage built on lies couldn't continue. This had to end now. As we cleared the table, I made my choice. I had allowed her to stack lie upon lie. Now I would pull the one thread that unraveled them all. I steadied my breathing and met her gaze. She continued praising Alex's leadership, his vision completely confident. She believed she had fooled me, that I remained unaware. She had lied about the nights, the trips, the gift. She had looked directly at me and deceived me without hesitation. But there was one detail no fabricated story could explain. I led the silence, stretch. Then, in a calm, controlled voice, I glanced at the infinity pendant resting against her chest. "Melanie," I said quietly, "how did Alex know about the small scar behind your left ear?" Everything changed instantly. Her face drained of color. The confidence vanished. Panic filled her eyes as her jaw slackened. Without thinking, she raised her hand to cover the spot behind her ear. It was a faint mark, a thin, pale line from a childhood bicycle accident. Something deeply personal. Something only someone intimately close would ever notice. Someone like me, and now someone like Alex, She had no response, no explanation, no lie left to offer. The silence was crushing, echoing with the destruction of everything we had built over 10 years. Without speaking a word, she confessed, the betrayal was real. The deception was real. The woman I thought I knew no longer existed. Her calm had been a performance. And with one question, the curtain fell. I turned away, left the kitchen, and began packing a bag. Our story ended there. Thank you for listening.